And hello, and today we're having a look at featured plugins from Computer Music Magazine. Free plugins, I might add, completely free and surprisingly good plugins. Now I'm at the bottom of the oldest Computer Music magazines, which are available in the Readly subscription, and there's a link below for this. You'll get 1 month free, and you'll give me an extra month free as well if you use that link. So back in 2015 I can see that they were giving away Minibit CM, and if you watch my previous video that was one of the ones that was covered, and there's an awful lot has been given away since then. They generally give away a number of plugins every month until this month, where they've collected them all into a new plugin suite, which, as I mentioned earlier on, it's available in the latest magazine and it's well worth a look. Details about it are, I think, on my memory serves me correctly. It's just I'm not too far in. There we go. CM Plugin Suite version 2. Now there's a lot more than just in the printed magazine. You get some great overviews and how-tos and step-by-steps, as they call them, for each synth, and these are the ones that they feature every month. And also to download, as well as being able to download these plugins, plugin instruments, which are the ones we're interested in. They also do videos, so you're looking at step by step here. There's an accompanying video for the Bazille, there's an accompanying video for the Thorn, there's an accompanying video for the Curve, and so on. I mean, they do a fabulous job of making sure that you can maximize your use of these plugins. And the only thing I'm doing in this video is showing you how, through the magic of scripting in FL Studio, you also get, if you have one of the new innovation keyboards, the FL Key Mini or the FL Key 37, you get automated high-level hardware control using these 8 knobs up here. And I'm covering that in my latest blog post, which is this one, which is effectively part 2 of the one I did, was it yesterday or the day before? And I'm featuring the ones that they're featuring in the magazine, which I thought was a good way of doing it. So if next month they feature 4 other instruments, I'll make sure that the script is updated so that they're available as well. So this month you've got the Bazille, the Thorn, which I think I already covered in one of the other videos, the Curve, and Fathom, which is a very interesting one. More of that in a minute. On the blog there's a link to, as I say, get a month's worth of all those magazines, computer music magazines and others actually, free for a month, and it's a pretty good deal. I think after a month you're then paying I forget how much, but have a look and be sure. But obviously if that's a problem you can always cancel and you've had a month's worth free. And I must admit, having had the month worth free, you're going to be tempted to keep up that subscription. And of course you can also go and buy a Computer Music magazine in your local newsagents, and it's always nice to have hard copy. I've got a nice one here, which is one that, this was a special one that they did to cover plugins, effectively software synthesizers, not just free ones but paid for ones as well, so I'm not lining that up very well. And I think I got this one, I don't know what date it is, but it's probably a few months old now, but that was in my local newsagent, so keep an eye out for that. Okay, so without further ado, let's fire up FL Studio, and I've jumped the gun a bit here. I normally start it from scratch, and I load up each plugin straight away, and that's really just to show you that there's no jiggery-pokery. But I think I've proved my point there. We're straight into being able to, I mean, the nice thing, perhaps if it isn't clear, what you're getting with this scripting is every time you load up either a new project or one of your old projects that uses one of these synthesizers, any of the native plugin synthesizers that come with FL Studio or any of the external ones that I've featured, it will just work out of the box. You won't have to do anything at all. Once it's set up with the script, it just works. So I've loaded these up And if I go into, which I almost forgot, go into plugin mode, just shift and plugin, straight away you can see I've got access to Thorn there, and the standard 8 pot values, which are cutoff, resonance, envelope attack, envelope release, modulation, and then 2 which are specific to the plugin. So with this one, let me see, I can't see what I'm doing there actually. Oh, I can see I'm doing the harmonic filter with that one. Can't see the other one. And then the last one will be normally the volume, the level, the relative level of the plugin. So I probably should be making some noise with these as well. But really this, as I said before, it's not really about the noise they make. This is about demonstrating how you can adopt an approach really which Roland takes with their Xenology. I mean, that's what I've modelled this on. I've tried to pick out the same top level parameters that they use. So another featured one this month in Computer Music Magazine is Bazille. I'll say it again. The reason I'm a bit jittery with my talking is I'm not very good at doing 2 things at once, or 3 things at once. Sometimes I even attempt to do 4 things at once. That's just an impossibility. So I'm going through here. You can hopefully see that I'm adjusting the parameters there. Same with June. Let's bring that up here. Resonance. Oh, now that's going very slow for some reason. I'm going to stop. Don't normally have performance issues, so that's interesting. Maybe something to do with my setup. But I'm not going to stop the video. I'll let it finish off what it's doing. But rest assured, that's not normally an issue I get. It's just caught up with the attack there. Look, I'm going to move on to this one, just because. Let me just. Oh, I have detached it. Let me just make that a bit bigger, if it's going to let me. Just let me get down there and grab on that. Now, most of the free ones aren't resizable. This one is. This one's interesting. I could not get control of these parameters, so this one isn't automated. But I thought, well, you know what? This is one of the featured ones, and it's really nice. And the idea with this one is you build your own synthesizer by adding things onto your window. And of course, as you add them on, you get the relative controls appearing as well, which is probably why it was difficult for them to surface control codes that made any sense. So they haven't done that, but it's great fun to play with. So by all means, fire this up. This will be the one that doesn't work. It's not going to give you any control using these pots, but you're going to have great fun playing with it. Okay, I think that's covered everything I wanted to cover today. The only thing I wanted to mention is I'm adding to an existing script, a file on the existing script, and as I've said before, and I've noted it on my blog, the script at any time could be updated by Novation, and my changes will just be overwritten. So really, what we'd like them to do, or what I would like them to do, and I'm sure you're with me, is for Novation or ImageLine, whoever writes the script, to add some kind of a plugin mechanism where we can add these external plugins and be happy that they won't get overwritten. It's not a difficult thing to do. I was going to say no performance issues after just seeing that going quite slowly. I've not experienced that before, and it's sod's law that when you do a video that something like that happens, but generally no performance issues, but that would be under the control of the user anyway, depending on how it's written. And I'd really be asking whoever wrote the script, if it's Scott or someone at ImageLine, I don't know, it would be great if there was some way of easily plugging in these parameters. They're just a set of 8 control codes, and you'll see if you look at the script I've done, it's not elegant because I've added them onto the native plugin script. What we really want is another option that somehow allows you to create, I don't know, an XML file or something like that with control codes, put it in the script folder, and Bob's your uncle, it just works. Anyway, I thought I'd mention that, and I'd also mention that the fact that at the moment, if you're brave enough to try the script, there's always a chance it'll just disappear and you'll have to reapply it. And there's always the option that they'll make a change which breaks it. That's probably not going to happen. If it does, I'll try and get on it and I'll change it. But that's the world we live in. And without some kind of way of plugging in our external script into the existing script, I don't think there's much we can do about it. Anyway, I've blabbered on enough. Thank you very much for your time. I'll just reach around for my mouse. I'm just going to stop recording. Thanks very much for your time.